a few different reasons. I mean, it's fun, but it has to do with what I was talking about toward the beginning, an earworm, a good hook. Mm-hmm. And slam that shot down. I mean, if I heard that a couple more times, it'd be hard to get out of my head without a stick of dynamite,
Yeah, definitely. Even whenever it popped in my head, I mean, I was out on a walking track, and I mean, just for some reason that crawled in there and wouldn't let go.
Yeah, where did you write it? Yeah.
Actually, I got the idea. I've been trying to lose weight for some time, and had been out on track walking a couple miles.
Oh, okay,
and,
yeah.
Whenever I get that moment of solitude.
Do you get that rhythm when you're walking?
Actually, I do.
That's what I was talking about too.
Actually, being an old Army vet,
Okay.
I start off and you got to get that 1, 2, 3, 4 cadence and pick your rhythm up, and then just whenever you get that moment of solitude and you're one place and everything else is a million miles away. I mean, just the energy flows.
All right, we probably have a lot more songwriters if they didn't walk around wearing their iPods. They're getting music in there that may not be to the beat of what they're running or walking to. If they took those out, they'd probably start hearing some of this music themselves.
Yeah, probably. Just one thing that I've heard in the past, and the late, great Joe Strummer actually had said this.
Yeah.
And,
all right.
That as far as the songwriters that are out there, the songs you have are already written. You just need the right antenna to pick them up.
Oh, okay. What was that movie, documentary on his life?
No, I can't remember what it's called.
I remember the title, but yeah, I saw it. Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, it was great. Another thing about this song, you went into an instrumental break, and immediately I thought, man, I wish I had a jaw harp. I'd go up there and play along during the instrumental break. It would sound perfect.
Yeah, I know. It would be
that
great.
kind of thing. Yeah. Well, I will be talking to you later. Also, we're sort of in the initial stages of planning a CD of Songcrafters. My idea is that we have it ready maybe by the end of 2009, and that would be a good song to be on there, I'm thinking. All your songs are real good. It's just that had that hook that I was talking about, that earworm,
Oh, definitely. That's what you'd want.
But I wanted, you have another unique thing about your being a songwriter is the ukulele. And have you written on other instruments, and if so, how's the ukulele different?
Actually, whenever I first started playing, I was actually playing guitar for a long while, and I just progressed to a point where I knew that I wasn't going to get any better, and I was really clumsy, and I mean, I've played bass through the years, which I still do.
Okay.
But,
that's right. I remember you with the bass.
But, I mean, this thing, I picked it up, and, it's just one of those things that felt natural.
Yeah.
And I was able to.
You sound
really
real natural with it, too. You got a fast rhythm going that usually you wouldn't hear just by a guitar soloist, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds great on a ukulele like that.
Yeah, just one thing I do like about it is, that, I picked it up a heck of a lot faster than what I was able to ever do with guitar, and
it's
it is
easier
true.
on the fingers
whenever I sit
too,
here,
isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, by far it is.
Yeah,
but it does actually set me apart from everybody because there's not too many other people that are going to walk in with a ukulele. So
that's right. And every time anyone says, "Oh man, if only we had a ukulele player," you'll be number one on this.
I'd be the only one.
I think I told you we were talking last week or a few weeks ago. George Harrison, toward the end of his life, played the ukulele constantly and wrote a few songs on his last album.
And actually, there was another story I heard where he actually used to carry at least 2 or 3 with him.
Really?
Just so if someone was there to jam with, that he'd have
his
the other guy
ukulele
to play with. So.
And you think, one of the greatest lead guitarists of all time is picking up the ukulele, so it says something, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure what it says, but it says something. And, of course, there's always Tiny Tim.
Of course.
Who I saw at Kennywood back in whenever, and he puts on an incredible show. Or he put on, I said puts on as if he's still around to put it on, but yeah, it was great. And just the ukulele.
Yeah, he definitely was a good entertainer.
Yeah, a great entertainer.
I've seen that clip, him playing Tiptoe Through the Flowers, and
oh yeah,
very different.
A unique individual too. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, very. I'm going to ask you some of these standard questions that I asked Dave. You're probably sitting there thinking, I'm going to answer this way. No. Let's see. Do you hear music in weird places?
I wouldn't quite say weird places, but I mean, for me, a lot of it was hitting the track or just taking a walk anywhere where, you know, especially when I'm alone and don't have anything to do but think, or just open my mind up and, you know, things come to me like that. I mean, that's just, you know, I just wouldn't really say I'd had the experience of, you know, the dryer and whatnot, but
Yeah.
it's just things when I'm alone and have time to myself, you know, it's when it really hits.
It just occurred to me, too. It's sort of a combination, because I'm a songwriter as well, combination of nervous energy sometimes, you know, some spare time, and then, you know, I sometimes think as if the music and the songs come from out there. I'm not sure if that's true. It may be inner nervous energy, but it feels at times as if, you know, it's being thrown at you, you know, or
Always.
coming through you. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So, advice for songwriters just starting out.
The one thing I've learned in the last couple of years of actually trying to become something more serious than, you know, a guy with a pen and a paper, you have to believe in what you're doing. If you don't believe in what you're doing and you're just going to try to find the easier way out, I mean, I've written songs and shopped them out to demo services and let them put their take on it. And not saying that, I mean, there's, you know, especially a guy down in Florida that does a great, by the name of Kevin Lucas, who, I mean, as far as the songwriter goes, I mean, he's good, and I mean, he could do an excellent demo for any other songwriter out there too, for a nice affordable price. But the thing is that you have to believe in your own stuff, and if you got to take a little time and learn something, even like picking up one of these things, and just learning how to play 12-bar blues, I mean, you know, you'll get somewhere.
Okay.
And you just got to do what you're doing and come out to things like this and put yourself out there.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
Stand behind
Yeah.
what you're doing, because
Put
if you
yourself
don't,
out there, I think, is very important, because there are a lot of people sitting at home with whatever instrument, and they may be incredible, but that extra step of getting in front of strangers, you know, which can be insurmountable for some people, you know, that's sort of the great hurdle, you know, being able to get in front of people and say, you know, this is what I did. And that's kind of tough. I once read that public speaking is a number one fear anyway.
Yes,
and this
it
is not just speaking, it's singing. You know?
Yeah.
So I always feel anyone who's doing their own material right in front of, you know, an audience, that they're great, you know, automatically. You know, whether they're terrible musically, I sometimes don't even care. You know, they did it, and it's much more advantageous than just staying at home and keeping it to yourself. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you have to get out there and you have to stand by what you're doing, because if you don't stand for it, then no one else is going to stand up for you.
Okay, last question. Typical day. What kind of music do you listen to, and what is the routine by which music comes to you?
There is none.
Okay, good.
I can get out of bed and, you know, if I had a bad night that just hadn't left, I mean, you know, it might be more heavier metal, might even be hardcore punk that happens to be, you know, what's going to be going through my head that day. You know, and I mean, I don't listen to much rap, but I mean, hey, sometimes that even comes in, you know, just sometimes it depends on the surroundings and just the general mood. I mean, I listen to a lot of different stuff, so, I mean, to me, there's just no borders.
Yeah, okay, good answer. Well, thanks again, and you could do us a couple more songs?
Yeah, I'm going to do a couple more, and thanks for having me out here.
Well, thanks for coming. Arron Jones.